What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Leon from Leon Talks TV. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're delving into a fantastic topic: how lifting weights can truly change your life, no matter how old you are. You might be surprised to hear that an 80-year-old who hits the weights can be just as strong as a 30-year-old who doesn't. Age is just a number. That's the real power of resistance training. Lifting weights isn't just about building muscle, it's about fighting against aging itself. Strength training helps combats muscle loss as we get older. It keeps your bones strong, boosts your mobility, sharpens your balance, and even supports your brain health. So every time you lift, you're invested in your independence and confidence, no matter your age. In fact, trained older adults often outshine those who are decades younger and don't lift whatsoever. It's not about trying to look like a bodybuilder. It's about being strong enough to live life how you want, whether that's carrying groceries, playing with grandkids, or just staying active. And hey, the science backs this up. Research by Kenny Wilmore and Costello in 2015 showed that resistance training helps maintain strength and mobility and independence well into old age. Another studies found that even just 20 minutes of lifting 2 to 3 times a week can offer significant benefits. In fact, studies comparing trained men in their 70s and 80s showed that they can still match or even surpass the leg strength of untrained men who are half their age. So let's get into it. Why strength training is so important for all of us, especially as we get older. Chapter: The Truth About Age and Strength Training. So let's break down a powerful statement. An 80-year-old who lifts weights can be as strong as a 30-year-old who doesn't. This actually backed by solid science, showing us how important resistance training is as we get older. After you hit 30, you start losing muscle mass at a rate of about 3 to 8% every decade, and this loss speeds up after you turn 60. This condition is called sarcopenia. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. But here's the good news. Regular weightlifting can help slow down, stop, or even reverse the muscle loss. This means older folks can still gain and maintain strength beyond what we might expect. Keep in mind that muscle mass and strength typically peaks around ages 30 to 35. After that, if not doing resistance exercise, the decline begins. However, if an 80-year-old keeps lifting weights regularly and does it right, they can retain muscle mass and strength levels that rival or even surpasses those of a sedentary 30-year-old who doesn't exercise. Even people in their 70s and beyond can see significant improvements in muscle size and strength with consistent resistance training. But the benefits of strength training go beyond just building muscle. For older adults, it also improves mobility, balance, bone density, and brain health. This fosters a better quality of life and supports independence as they age. And this is one major factor that as we age, inactivity can cause a lot of accidents, hip damage, bone damage. You get what I'm saying? So this isn't just a catchy saying. It reflects the reality that lifting weights throughout life, especially starting early or maintaining it as you get older, can significantly counteract typical age-related muscle decline. So that 80-year-old weightlifter might just be stronger than a lot of 30-year-olds lounging on the couch. Chapter: Strength versus sedentary lifestyle, the power of activity. Now, although we've talked about how an 80-year-old who lifts weights can be as strong as a 30-year-old who doesn't, that 80-year-old is often much stronger than today's 30-year-old who don't lift weights whatsoever. However, what we haven't discussed is that there are over 70-year-olds who are actually stronger and fitter than your average 30-year-old, especially those who lead a sedentary lifestyle. So let's take a look at a common reality. Many 30-year-olds today lead pretty non-active lifestyles. In fact, research shows that about 31% of people aged 15 and older worldwide don't get enough physical activity. This includes a lot of younger adults around 30. In many places, it's pretty normal for adults to spend around 7 to 8 hours a day sitting, whether that's at a desk in front of a screen or just not moving much. The kind of lifestyle can lead to muscle loss and decreased strength if you're not exercising regularly. And don't forget, every weekend you're going out drinking and eating junk food. And then you have this new thing amongst the new generation, which is laying about in bed, especially those involving phone screens. You probably noticed that many youths are spending more time in bed scrolling through social media, binge watching shows like Netflix shows, or playing video games throughout the whole day. Now, this phenomenon, often referred to as bed rotting, is contributing to a significant drop in physical activity levels. So what exactly is bed rotting? Essentially, it's when young people choose to stay in bed for long periods, usually engaging in sedentary or inactive lifestyle rather than getting up and being active. This is not only affects their physical health but also their mental well-being. They don't even see any daylight. They're just indoors all day long on the bed scrolling through their social media feeds. Now, when you're glued to your screen, you're missing out on exercise, fresh air, social interaction. This lifestyle can lead to poor health outcomes. Poor health outcomes, including weight gain, decreased fitness, and even mental health issues like anxiety or depression. So, when we compare an 80-year-old who lifts weights regularly to a typical non-active 30-year-old, it makes sense that older lifters can actually be stronger. The younger adults has probably lost some muscle mass and strength from not being active. On the other hand, that 80-year-old is maintaining or even building strength through consistent weightlifting. So this brings us back to the important point. It's not just about age. What really matters is your level of physical activity. Most 30-year-olds aren't as active as they should be, which is often means the muscle strength isn't as high as it could be because of this. Now, a dedicated older lifter can easily surpass them in strength just by staying committed into their workouts. Chapter: Inspiration from my great uncle. Now, let me tell you a story about my great uncle. See, when I was a kid, he was in his late 70s, but you wouldn't believe how fit he was. I mean, this guy was super shredded with abs that could put some of us younger folks to shame. Every morning without fail, he would wake up early to go for a jog for hours. After his run, he wouldn't stop there. And don't think he would stop there. No, like he would knock out hundreds of push-ups and sit-ups like it was nothing. Watching him go through his routine was incredible. It really opened my eyes to the idea that age doesn't have to be a barrier to fitness. So on one hand, I've literally experienced this in person. So this experience has made me realize how much strength and muscle can be preserved even as we get older, all by staying active and dedicated to our health. My great uncle was the living proof that consistent exercise can keep you in great shape no matter what your age is. Now, I personally believe that an 80-year-old who lifts weights consistently can just be as strong, if not stronger, than a 30-year-old that's not active. It's all about making the effort to train and stay active at the end of the day, right? So let's take that inspiration from stories like my great uncle and remember that it's never too late to lift some weights and improve our strength. Conclusion. So there you have it, folks. Lifting weights is just about building muscle. It's about enhancing your quality of life at any age and also preserving the muscle that you do have as well. So you're not only keeping your body fit, but also investing in your independence and confidence and long-term health. Anyways, with that being said, thanks for joining me today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Let's chat in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more info. Until next time, and salute.